Patrick joins me now. Patrick, good morning to you.
Good morning, Fran. How are you?
I'm very well indeed, Patrick. Good to talk to you. You were listening to Martin speak to us a little earlier on about immigration and the migration pact in particular. Do you agree with what he had to say?
I would totally agree with what he had to say. And the lady that you had on yesterday, if I recall correctly, Maria, we're taking in too many, Fran, and we don't have the facilities. We don't have the policing on the streets. I've been waiting 2 weeks to get a doctor's appointment, and I've been going to that practice since I was 7 years of age. It's just too much. And I had an incident myself there. I was telling Leanne, Fran, about 3 weeks ago. I left my bank. I was walking up the street. These three foreign nationals, that's the only way I could describe them, they were following me. One was poking me in the back, and the other two were brushing either side of me. The only way I could get out of that situation was I saw an elderly couple out tending their garden, and I stopped to admire their lovely plants. And then they did a U-turn and went back in the opposite direction. But then when I came out of the supermarket, they were stood against the car, and they were watching me. So they'd clearly seen me come from the bank. I'm assuming now, I'm alleging, their intention was to either do me harm or to rob me, because they had seen me at the cash point. So I don't feel safe in my own town, Fran. I don't go anywhere now on foot. I go by taxi everywhere because I don't feel safe. And I'm a 55-year-old male. I can imagine how women are feeling out there. And, you know, the government are brushing us off, and they're saying, oh, you know, we're left-wing, right-wing, whatever. The fear is in people. The fear of the unknown is in people.
And when you speak to your own friends in around your own age bracket, Patrick, is that the general feeling, do you think?
Yes. I spoke to a male friend yesterday because I've been unwell for a couple of days, and they went and got me a few bits in town. And they said that they were in a supermarket and they felt very, very intimidated. Now, this person would be good 20 years younger than me.
And intimidated by what? Males who were annoying them or hassling them or...
Just the sheer volume of them, and when you're walking, Fran, I've noticed it myself on the Cashel Road, they don't move out of your way. You literally have to either step onto the road or cross to the other side of the street. It's very intimidating.
But could the same not be said for, you know, Irish males when they get together, young lads particularly when they get together? Could they not be intimidating as well, Patrick? I'm just wondering, you know. I
don't find that argument or debate works for me, Fran. They're very intimidating to the elderly generation because they're very disrespectful. They don't have the same manners we had growing up. I certainly wouldn't be congregating in packs and intimidating people.
People might have a problem with you painting all of people coming into the country with the same brush.
I'm not painting anyone with the same brush, man. What I'm saying is elements of the male volume of people coming into the country.
Yes.
I met a young lady in the local shop recently. She's a Ukrainian. She's in that centre on the Cashel Road. And I walked as far as the train gates with her, and we had a lovely conversation. No issue at all. It's like the travelling community. I've no issue with the travelling community. Some of them are lovely people.
So you've no issue per se with foreign people. It's just your experience of intimidation. Is that it specifically, Patrick?
Yes, I have an issue with the fact that I'm a 55-year-old mate from tomorrow, and I don't feel safe walking the streets of my own town where I was born and reared. And I can see it in... I've met elderly neighbours of mine, and one lady asked me to walk her from the shop with her little doggy because there was two guys hanging about the back of her house. And I said, were they local? Well, she said, they can't be local, she said. And I won't say what she said now because I wouldn't repeat it. So I walked her back and I said to her, do you mind if I go through and check your back gate and everything is secured?
Mm.
And this lady was close to her 80s. So the fear is there.
And she's feeling unsafe in her own home. Does it surprise you to know that when Patrick is talking to me or when Martin is talking to me, stuff, we have listeners who get on to us to say that we're promoting sort of unrest and we're making people feel fearful just because we're discussing this. What?
No, it doesn't concern me, Fran, because I think who's promoting the fear and the unrest is the government, because they're not connecting with the public people of Ireland, the Irish citizens. They're forcing these IPAs and migrants into centres late at night. It happened in town here. I'm not going to mention any places or by name or anything. It